and welcome back. Today's video is a fun one. It's going to be another review. This time I have a new product from Becca Cosmetics, and this is part of their Zero Pigmentation line. I have a foundation and then also the highlight that is a part of this collection. This is a brand new launch from Becca. I know I've seen a ton of interest in this and I myself have been super curious about it, so this just showed up and I knew I wanted to film with it. So this is supposed to be a zero pigment foundation and also a zero pigment highlight. I know, it sounds very interesting, so why don't we go ahead and start trying it out. All right, so like I said, Becca did send this over to me. This is gonna be an honest review like I always do, but I did receive this card right here that has some information on the product that I want to share with you guys. So we have two different products. So there is the No Pigment Virtual Foundation, which is this one right here. And then we also have the No Pigment Glass Highlighter, which is this one right here. So I'm going to be showing you guys both of these. So I wanna read a little bit about the No Pigment Foundation. So this is it says this makeup plus skincare hybrid has zero pigment, so it gives you a smoothed out, blurred out, virtually invisible finish with hydration of skincare. Perfect for days that you want to take a break from full face makeup look and show the world nothing but you. So when I think of this, it kind of just sounds like a primer, right? Like, doesn't that kind of sound like a primer? But they're marketing this as a foundation. So I'm very interested to see if this really does blur out the skin, if it does smooth. I'm gonna do close-ups, like super close-ups. You guys will see it completely in action. I'll apply it. I'll also show you how it looks with other products like bronzer and things over top of it. And then for the highlight, this one says, with zero pigment, this multi-use highlighter gives skin a glass-like glow without a sticky feel. And both of these things, like this one says you should just apply it with your finger, and then this one says to just use it directly with the wand. So I do want to show you guys the packaging of both products. So here is the virtual foundation, what it looks like right here. Packaging is very, very luxurious. Like, this is heavy, it's weighted. It has really pretty packaging on the top here as well. I have like the Becca there. And then it also has the little spoolie or spatula here on the top, so you can actually pull out the product. And I'm gonna go ahead and open it here. I haven't opened this at all, so this is kind of gonna be like a first impressions. Interesting. Okay, so it feels like the texture of it, it feels almost like a silicone primer, but wet, if that makes any sense. Like, when I'm rubbing it, it like feels like water, but it also has like a silicone feel, but it's almost like it's vanishing. This is gonna be interesting to try. So that is that one. The highlighter has a doe foot applicator. So I'll go ahead and show you guys that one. So it is, again, just the clear packaging, and this one just has the doe foot applicator, and it is quite large. Here is the paddle there for that. I can swatch this one, but I don't think it'll have much going on as far as swatches. Yeah, you can see it. It just has like a clear base to it. And obviously with the texture of the other one, it's kind of going to be the same, but I can show you a close-up so you can see the texture of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put some out on my hand here just so you guys can kind of get a feel for the texture. So do you see right there? It has just almost like a silicone texture, but when you blend it out, it almost looks like a water-based texture. So it's very interesting. I'm very, very, very curious to try this out on the face and see how it feels, how it reacts on my skin. No scent on either one of these products, so do you want to mention that there's no scent on these. So I am going to go ahead and start to try them out. I do want to tell you the launch dates on these. So it says that will be in Becca, Becca.com on July 26th, and then Ulta and Sephora on August 2nd, and then in-store on August 28th. So those are the dates for when this does release. I'll have any links I can find down below, also on release dates or anything like that. I don't actually see a price on that card, but if I can find that information, I'll leave it in the description box. I do want to also mention that this has 1 fluid ounce, so that is typically what a normal foundation has in it. So that is like what is in this jar is what you would get in like this one right here from Maybelline, like a full 1 ounce of foundation. So why don't we go ahead and start to try it. It does say that you should apply it with your fingers. So it says to use the spatula to apply product to fingertips, gently smooth and tap over your face. And it's supposed to smooth, blur the appearance of skin, all-day hydration, and all-day oil control. So it's saying that this is really good to control oil. I have oily skin, so for me, this is gonna be great. So why don't we go ahead and try it out. I do not have any primer or anything on my face right now, so I am just gonna start to apply this. I'm first gonna work it right here because this is where I have the largest pores. Okay, so instantly this feels hydrating. It feels like, almost like a moisturizer, like a gel moisturizer is what this feels like on my skin right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and just apply it all over. I can tell that it is doing a blurring of my pores so far. I can tell that. I'm gonna get a mirror so I can see like really up close. I'm just looking in my monitor right now. It feels really nice. It almost has like a cooling effect in a way. And I'm just gonna like evenly put this all over my entire face just so we can kind of see. The pictures of the model on here looks like it kind of blurred, like almost, she has like some pigmentation. It looks like it blurred. I'm gonna put some up here, see if it does anything for my fine lines. I definitely think it's controlling the shine. Like, can you see how shiny it was up there? And now it's not. Wow, okay. This actually looks way better than I thought it was going to. Like, I can tell a dramatic difference in my face right here, especially right here, and especially on my forehead. Okay, I'm gonna add a little right here. And do you see how shiny it is right here? It's kind of just taking away the shine, but it does feel, like I said, really cooling, and it doesn't feel like heavy. All right, so looking at it up close, it definitely did a good job of blurring. My skin definitely looks a lot more blurred. It also looks more hydrated. I am gonna apply a little bit more in here because I can still kind of see. I'm gonna kind of tap it, almost like I'm filling in instead of like swiping, just to see how that looks. And that definitely like filled in my pores a little bit more there. So I'm gonna do that a little bit more here. That's what I do typically with like a silicone primer, is I kind of just press it into the skin. And I also want to try to put this on my under eyes. It doesn't say that you can or can't, but I want to see if it kind of does anything for my dark circles. I'm not imagining it will, but let's just go ahead and try it just for the sake of trying it. I don't know if I see a huge difference in my under eyes, but I'm going to kind of put it there. It does feel really cooling. Like, it feels pretty smooth. I would just be curious if this was going to like actually clog my pores with it being almost like a silicone, you know, type of primer. I'm very curious about that. But I have to say, like, my skin looks really good right now. Like, I would totally wear this out. It looks like it just kind of like gave me more of just like a smooth base for sure. Like, I definitely think this smooths. But I mean, a lot of primers can do that too. So I don't know if I don't know how to feel about it, because it's an interesting product and how it's marketed. I think it's very interesting, but I don't know if it's like just a primer in a bottle and I'm getting like all excited about nothing. So I am going to show you guys like super zoomed up, because I did it before, and now I'm going to show you the after so you guys can see them like really close and see how my skin looks really close up. Here is my before. So this is before the primer, super close up, definitely seeing my large pores, the oiliness, and then let's go ahead and move on to the after. Tell me if you guys see a difference. Do we see my pores fill? Do we think I look more hydrated? Let me know what you guys think, but here is kind of like super, super close up so you guys can see how it looks. So I'm very curious to try out the highlight as well. So this again is called the Glass Highlighter. It says you can use it for your lips and also for your face. So we're just gonna go ahead and try this one. It says to apply it directly to your high points of your face. It's a non-stick, comfortable wear formula. I sometimes don't love cream products because they are so sticky. So the fact that this one says it's non-stick has me very excited. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to the high points and see what we think of this. And I'm gonna kind of just tap it with my finger here and see if it gives us a glow. Okay, I almost think my skin just looks a little bit wet right there, but I can definitely see a glow like compared to this side and then to this side. It almost has just like a very, like, I guess I could see where they say glass. It almost looks like almost looks wet, like on this side compared to that side. I don't want to say it doesn't feel like sticky per se, because it kind of does feel a little bit tacky, but I think that might be the primer as well, because that has a little bit of tackiness to it. So I'm kind of just going to go ahead and apply it to the high points of my face, and then I'll also apply it to my lips so we can try it out there. So blending it out again. It says non-sticky, but I do kind of feel a stick to it. Like, it reminds me of like a primer, like the Hydro Grip or something like that. That's what it kind of feels like. It's not like a stickiness per se, but it definitely has like a grip to it. So that did definitely give us some shine for sure. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like I'd want to try it out over top of my other products, like a full face, and then see how it looks there. So I am gonna put it on my lips as well. I like it on my lips. Feels nice and hydrating. So here is what we are looking like with the highlight, with the foundation, the No Pigment foundation. Would you leave the house like this? I feel like I would. I think my skin looks pretty good. I probably would apply like some concealer just to like cancel out a little bit of my darkness. But I mean, all in all, I think it looks pretty nice on the skin. I'm pretty impressed, and I definitely can see the glow from the glow stick for sure. I do want to go ahead and apply some bronzer and kind of see how it goes with the bronzer, because my face is feeling pretty tacky. So I'm just curious to see how it does go with powders and not just the cream, like the liquid product. So let's go ahead and try a bronzer. I'm going to try this one from Wet n Wild. This is the Ticket to Brazil bronzer. And I'm going to just try this out over top and see kind of how this goes. I'm very curious to see if I were to put on some products on top of this, how it would look, because I definitely would still want to give myself a little definition with some bronze. So I'm gonna go ahead and just apply this. I'm just kind of tapping it. I feel like it's sitting okay on top of it. It's not like sliding around or anything, and it is kind of making it more matte. So if you did want to apply like a powder over top of this, I definitely think you could do that. As far as like these, like I have a lot of pigmentation right here. I feel like now it's kind of not as covered as it was. Maybe I like rubbed it off with the bronzer here. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more like right here and see if I can't cover that up a little better. I'm gonna put on a little bit of blush as well and see how we think of it with blush. This is from Rimmel London's their Maxi blush, and this is in the shade Third Base. Just a little bit of something. I feel like the blush doesn't sit as well as the bronzer did. It's probably because I was swiping it and not like tapping it in. I definitely think you'd probably want to use like a cream maybe instead of like a powder product. I don't think it looks bad with the powder over top. You guys will have to let me know what you think about this. I definitely like the way that the gloss looks, and I like the way that it looks on my face. Like I definitely think it gives us like a very like natural glow. It almost just looks like wet, kind of like it describes. And I will say for the foundation, the Zero Pigment foundation, it's interesting. It's something different, and I definitely think I'll continue to use it. I mean, I am someone who likes just leaving the house barefaced a lot of times, so I'll definitely throw that on really quickly just to kind of make me feel a little bit better about like my pores and things. But I think it definitely made a difference in my skin. I don't know if I'd purchase this like or continue to repurchase it, because I do think maybe you could dupe this with some primers in your collection, but I think it's a cool concept. I think it feels really nice on the skin. It feels hydrating, so I do get the skincare aspect of it, which I think is great. So you guys will have to comment down below, like I said, what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, friends.